Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I am doing a little bit of the blanket, but I have hardly done any knitting at all the last couple of days. I'll tell you all about that shortly, but first I'm going to wish Sophia, who's knits for you, a happy birthday, because she made a little song wishing me a happy birthday the other day. It's not my birthday till tomorrow, but it's Sophia's birthday today, so I'm going to give her exactly what she gave me. I'm going to sing happy birthday to her. And I don't have the best voice, so you'll have to excuse me. Oh, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Sophia, happy birthday to you. 21 today, 21 today, you've got the key of the door, never been 21 before, you wish. So enjoy your birthday, Sophia. I'll be enjoying mine tomorrow, and I'll show everyone my cards and everything tomorrow. But first off, I've been in my garden. I've been waiting for a nice day, waiting for the garden to dry out a little bit because we've had so much rain. Every time I thought about going in the garden to cut my grass, it had either rained the night before or it started raining when I thought about it. But it's been a lovely day today, and I don't think it rained yesterday. I'm not absolutely certain. I can't remember. But my grass was getting really too high. I'm going to have to do the cut the grass. It's really bad. And there are a lot of other things really need doing in my garden. It's been in a terrible state because I never really did anything. I had that much work, that much knitting to do for people last year. My garden got ignored most of the time, but I thought, not this year. It is not going to get like that like it was last year, because it has got into a bit of a state. But I'm going to show you what I've been doing. I've been in my garden. It was about 10:15 this morning, and I'm going to spend at least 2 hours away from my knitting most days if the weather's nice. It has been a lovely day today. It's only about 8 degrees, but I didn't need a jacket or anything when I was in my garden, because it always feels a lot warmer in my garden. I think it's because it's enclosed in and that. But it was windy, but wasn't too bad. But I made just a little video show you what I've been doing. So I'm going to stop this video and then I'll start it again afterwards. Not much more to do. Hedge, trim the borders. Still a lot of work to do in the back. The hedge will want cutting before it gets any longer. Cut the little lawn under the patio. That one's the borders done. Our little squares there want the weeds taken out. And my large lawn cut. Awful job with that. It was so, one corner down the bottom, I don't know what it is, but it grows twice as fast as the rest. Just a quarter, like a triangle in the corner. I don't know whether it's because the garden slopes down and all the water must be going down there. You know, my rhubarb going to seed. I'm going to have to sort that out as well. Just little bits and pieces to do, rubbish to chuck out. So you can see what I've been doing. It was about 10:15, 10:30, something like that, I think, when I went in. And I was there till 1:45. I haven't even had my lunch yet. It is 1:45 now. But I thought I'm going to sit down, have a cup of tea, have a rest. I'll think about my lunch afterwards. I'm not that much of a hurry for it. But that little video just to show you what the state of my garden's been getting into. and I did cut the grass in the front garden. That wasn't too bad, but I have a border. It's along under where my window is, and I don't remember how long ago it was, but I put 5. They were like little bulbs. They look like little onions, little miniature onions. And I put them in the 5 of them in the front garden, and they grew like weeds, have spread everywhere. I cannot get rid of them. And when you cut them, they smell like onions. They belong to the onion family. They're a lovely flower, but they just spread like weeds, and my whole border is covered in them. And I've tried always digging them out because they grow. You get loads of little bulbs growing under the soil, and then when the flower, if you don't get the head off before the start the seeds going on, you get hundreds of those growing, and I just kind of, the whole front border is full of them. So I just took the lawnmower over the whole lot. I'm cutting them down before the flower. At least I'm going to stop them getting any on the top. And I think I'm probably going to have to get rid of the soil and put new soil in there. It's the only way I'll get rid of them, because they're just terrible. I can't remember the name of them, but I would not recommend them to anyone. And I've just done a mistake on this. I've done 4, oh, it's not too far back. I'm doing knit 3, purl 3, but I've done knit 4 because I'm noticing on that stitch there, I've done 3 purl and one of them's over the knit stitch. I'll have to take it back a few stitches, not too far back. That's what happens when you're talking, you're knitting, especially if you're doing a pattern. But anyway, that was my time in my garden, and like I'm saying, I'm going to be spending, as long as the weather's good enough, I'll be in my garden. My knitting is going to take second place. But yesterday, I was going to put a video up yesterday, but my sister landed. And when my sister lands, you might as well just forget about knitting. She only comes for half an hour, but it's about 3 hours before she leaves. We've got that much to talk about. She's my youngest sister. I have an older sister as well, but Linda, she's my youngest sister. And we aren't just sisters, we've always been the best of friends. And when she comes, like I'm saying, it's always just for half an hour. Or we had that much to talk about and that many people to call and, you know, all the rest of it. And she was saying, "Yeah, I'll have to go." This was after about 3 hours, and she said her husband will be wanting his tea. And I'm seeing to her at the front door, and it takes her 10 minutes to get from the front door to the gate, and then 10 minutes to get from the gate to her car, because she's still got that much to talk about. Mind you, we're both as bad as each other. My son, whenever he's here, and my sister, his Auntie Linda, he says to me, "You two, he says, you never draw a breath when you're talking, the pair of you." But that's the way you are. If you're friends with your sisters, you've got plenty to talk about. And we hadn't seen each other for a little while, so we did have a lot to talk about. So that was why I never got a video done yesterday. But anyway, like I'm saying, I had things to do in the garden, and then even this morning I had a lot of emails. There was emails to check, because I do get a lot of emails from my subscribers, and they're sending me photographs of what they've been knitting and things like that for my next slideshow. And my photos are starting to build up. I have got quite a few to put in for my next slideshow. 1 or 2 of my own as well. But yesterday I didn't do, even after my sister left, I didn't get very much knitting done. I wasn't in the knitting mood. But actually all I have done is this. I now have the back and both fronts done. So I just have the sleeves to do on that. A 26-inch, that one. But I'm writing that down, so the pattern will be for larger sizes in this blackberry one when I get them other sizes done. But I wasn't in a knitting mood yesterday. I just fancied doing some crochet, but not the bags, the what I call the fancy, easier stuff. So this is what I've been doing. This is mercerized cotton. I have 3 balls of this, the cream. It's, I don't know what you call that colour, sandy colour, and the brown. I think this was sent to me by Susan, I think quite some time ago, and I never got around to doing anything with it, but I've decided I was going to spend some time doing my coasters. After I got the coasters off Emma, someone has asked to buy those, so they'll not be going on eBay. But I just fancied doing some more of these because I haven't done any of these type of coasters for quite some time. So I thought I'll do a set of these, a set 4 of these, and I might do a mandala to go with it, you know, the larger one, like a centerpiece for your table for like what I have and what I've done for my granddaughter, and she puts a fruit bowl on it on her table. That's the kind of thing I've just fancied doing. So I'll probably do another one. I'll probably do one of these every day in between my knitting and that. So, and I really enjoyed making those because I'm using a much thinner hook. Something's come up on my screen. I can't see myself. I'll have to take it off. That's it. It's a much smaller. It's only a 4mm hook that I'm doing these on. So this is much easier for my hands. It's the trouble I get with my hands and my wrists and that is when I'm using the very large one, when I'm doing the bags. They're 8mm hook I'm using, but I don't have half as much trouble when I'm using a smaller one. So and they only take me about half an hour to do one of these. So that's what I'm going to do. And the mercerized cotton makes all the difference. It's much better than acrylic to do them, doing them in cotton, and then mercerized cotton is much nicer. I don't know whether you can tell on there looking at a one done with, well, I have a one on my table, I think, here that I've done with. I'll have to take that off my, I've got something plugged in my computer and it keeps flashing up on my screen and I can't see myself. There, that's the sort of one that when you look at, that's a larger one than that. That's one of mine I have on my coffee table. That's just all done in acrylic. And I think they look so much nicer done in the, especially the mercerized cotton, because the mercerized cotton has a sheen to it. That's why I like that so much. So if I do any more for myself, I'm going to do this. So that's what I've been doing with that. Put my hook back. And I think I'm going to have to make myself one of those little project bags for putting my... I've just got it in a bag like that to put the... that's the way I've wound them into cakes because it's easier. I do use, when I do crochet, I do take them from the centre because it's easier. You know, when I'm knitting, I take it from the outside. But when I do crochet, I do pull it from the centre because it just comes up. Because I usually just sit with it on my knee and I'm just crocheting. It's coming up as I'm going. So that's what I've done. I've got those in 3 cakes there. So I think I'm going to have to make myself a smaller, one of those little smaller base things that I do. Make myself a project bag, because that's about the size actually what the bags come out like, what that plastic bag is, to put my crochet in. I've got plenty for my knitting, but I haven't got just a nice smaller one because I don't do a lot. With things like that, I just need a smaller bag. So anyway, that's... And I am going to get back to my knitting, but I'm going to have some lunch first because I haven't had any lunch. And I am starting to feel a bit hungry. I think all that work I've done in my garden's made me hungry. But by the time I get my lunch meal, it'll be tea time. Oh, and my Google AdSense account I have decided to fill in the form that I went online and got the form from HMRC, and I filled the form in for the tax residency thing. So I'm hoping that my Google AdSense and the tax thing will be sorted soon. But this form that you fill in for HMRC can take up to 25 days to get back to you. So I'm hoping that in the meantime they don't take any tax out of my earnings that I've made up to now. So that's saying filling that in. It says it can take up to 25 days, but I've watched 1 or 2 videos where other people have sent for it and they've gotten it a lot quicker than that. So I'm hoping that it comes quicker for me, and then I can put that into my Ireland, Google Ireland, and hope they accept that so that I won't be paying any tax. So annoying. But anyway, that's it for today. So thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.